It's time to tackle the glow plugs, and I've soaked them all in a decent amount of penetrant. I'm gonna run the engine now, let it warm up a bit, see if it soaks up the penetrant, and then I'm going to let it cool down. That is what I have understood from the internet. Vibrating very fast, but on the camera it looks like it's moving very slowly, which isn't the case. So a thing or two that I learned from looking up on the internet how to remove glow plugs. What is the best way? Starting with hot engine or cold engine. Many people say hot engine, absolutely hot. Others say it's aluminum, it should be cold. Others say if it's hot, you risk stripping the threads or snapping them. But yeah, some other people also say that's the case when doing it cold. I decided to go with the strategy of soaking them in penetrant, now warming up the engine so the penetrant can soak in. I've been adding penetrant for weeks now, and then letting it cool down. So working on a cold engine. I seem to find more diesel people that do it on a cold engine. Maybe it doesn't really matter that much. I know that aluminum expands more than iron, or steel, but then the question remains, does it actually enlarge the hole or actually squeeze the glow plug? I don't know, I'm not a physicist. Then on how to remove them, I've learned that it's better to use a small tool like this small, what is this, 1/4 inch ratchet instead of the bigger ones, because then you actually risk bending them and shearing them off. Or I think even better is this T-piece. Now, many people say just use a power tool because then you only have a rotational force and you don't risk bending them. So this is the most powerful drill that I have. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna try first. And I hope it's powerful enough or not too powerful. Okay, with the engine cooled down a little bit, it's warm. Let's see in how much trouble we can get. I think I might need a proper impact. Let's see if we have more luck on this one. Actually, I think this one decided to move a little bit. Yeah, this one is moving. Air compressor and blow out all the crap around. I hope it's not snapping. This one is in a better state than this one. I think this one has been shielded from humidity. I'm going to work very carefully now. And a bit tightened and a bit out. And a bit clockwise. And a little bit counterclockwise. Yeah, I think it's actually loose. This is a good sign, I believe. No, don't get overexcited now. Yeah, well, if you were gonna attempt this, you need an impact driver. Let's try this the manual way then, with a bit of patience. Gonna add a little bit of penetrant. So I think the idea of using a T-bar like this is that you apply nice pressure in the center and not like I saw people attacking this on the internet with a big ass ratchet, and I guarantee you they will snap just because you're bending them. I try to put my thumbs in the middle as not to push too much to one side. Yeah, it's definitely coming out. Ooh, that's at least. Let's not sell the bearskin before it has been shot, as we say in Dutch. So for reference, this is a new glow plug, so you can see how long the thread is. I think I am halfway now on the old one, the first one. It's a very tedious task. Let's see if WD-40 makes a difference. Many people say it's a water displacement, which is what WD means and should not be used for this kind of jobs, but there is some cases where it actually still, gotta say, guys, this makes a difference. It feels better. Now, the engine is still warm from earlier on, and I was going to do this on a cold engine, but it's not hot. I can touch it without burning my fingers. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Guys. Doesn't look too bad, eh? Huh. Look at that. It looks new. Let's measure the resistance. This body. Oh, come on. 2 ohms. I think this is normal. And this is 1.1. So maybe this was still functioning, but as they say, it's better to replace all of them. This looks alright, but yeah. Before continuing, I'm going to remove the throttle body for better access. Pop! So this is what it looks like, if you remember the cleaning episode. After, I think, 100 kilometers of driving, something like that. You can see how black it is again. Ah, well, it is what it is. So the next one is definitely not working. Okay. I think it wants to play. Maybe hit it with a drill a few times. The first one was the lucky one. Although I've sensed some movement. Yeah, it's moving. So I'm gonna let the WD-40 settle in, see if the next one wants to play along as well. I think I'm gonna do the same, hit it with the drill. Seems to make a difference. Oh, oh yeah. Oh, the WD-40 has done its job. Whoever's saying you shouldn't use WD-40 for this job, you're wrong, I think. Not an experienced mechanic. I'm gonna do the same. Here again, some fresh. The first one is gonna be a pain in the ass. I can already tell you that. Okay, let's move a bit further. Okay. This one. Okay. Don't get overexcited. Yeah, but I think it's probably in the way of the camera all the time. I think the thread is coming out. In the meantime, I'm gonna hit the first one again. Can't feel anything, but I think the vibrations help by getting it loose. I'm tempted to switch to a ratchet, but let's not change anything that works. Okay, you can see the threads. That's nice. And go back a bit. Think it's out as well. Hopla. There we go. Second one came out. So let's test the resistance as well. I'm pretty sure this one was broken. Oh yeah. 0.10. So this one's kaput. But they look the same. Can't really tell. The brand is AET. I bought new ones from Phoebe. The next one. Oof. This one is really tight, guys. Number 2 is starting to play along, I think. Oh, careful. Don't overdo it. Yeah. Now, it's just a theory. But maybe this actually gets some of the penetrant in there. By atomizing it with the air compressor. It's working though. Oh, I think it's working. It feels better. I'm gonna say, guys, this is definitely not a beginner's job. So every time I'm retightening and unscrewing it a bit further. I have the impression WD-40 does a better job than this CRC penetrant. Okay, number 2 is also playing along. Why are they so tight? I really wonder. I've read that carbon can build up in the threads, but as you have seen, the threads are completely clean. Or we can't see it. That's also a possibility. Okay, so I think we're good on this one. This is the first one who's gonna be the bitch. Sorry for the language. Let's go back a bit again. Add some WD-40. Yeah, I think WD-40 is the go-to product here. Well, maybe there's other stuff, but the Moss 2 penetrating oil that I've got here is not that great. It's pretty old stuff, so... Ooh. I think we're almost there. I have the impression this one is a bit crooked. I don't know. Think we're there? But there we go. Well, it's not crooked. All the threads do look a little bit worn out, so I think it's really squeezing on them. I'm not sure if it's because it's still warm, but I would say about 40 degrees. Or maybe it's not warm enough, who knows? Okay, so we got 3 out of 4. Now, it's gonna be this guy, and I have to say, this connector, I took it off, was completely corroded. It's supposed to have this, I have a replacement. It was like completely gone. So this one has suffered a lot through the years. Though it doesn't look bad or worse than the others. Oh man, this one is really... Oof. Oh. It does. Oh yeah. Oh no. There it goes. And we have it. That was to be expected. It broke. Well, there we have it. It sheared off. That's a pain in the butt. I was already expecting this on this one. I was already very happy that I could get 3 of them out. So yeah, what can we do? We can try to... Well, we need to remove the tungsten in the middle. And then we can either get a drill kit, drill it out, or we can try and use an easy out. Yeah. Let's first see if we can get out the tungsten. So the question that I'm asking myself right now is, would have this happened if I just have used an impact screwdriver? Well, I don't know. but I'm in some trouble now. So I don't think I will be able to continue this today. I think first we need to remove the tungsten in the middle, because you cannot drill that. And then we have to either get an easy out or get a proper glow plug removal kit from Amazon or something. And then we can actually drill out the thread. So basically, what I have to do is, well, obviously the top part is missing. So what I have to do is get rid of this part and then tap a thread in here with the tungsten removed, get a thread in there, and then pull it out. Or we can just leave it in there and call it a day. That's also an option, I think. With 3 working glow plugs, you can definitely start. I mean, it was starting all the time right now. So, yeah. Well, gonna take some time to think, and I'll get back to you. In the meantime, I'm gonna clean the holes with a drill bit of the right size. I don't think it doesn't need much cleaning. It is very clean, as I can see. And apply some anti-seize and get the new ones in. I think I'm gonna leave it at that because the drill bit is not long enough, and I don't want to drop it in the hole and have another issue. So I'm just gonna. It's okay. So if there is ever be a next person, then they will thank me for putting anti-seize on there. I don't have a torque wrench that goes low enough. The one you saw in the previous video I did send back to Amazon because I really didn't like the quality. So I should get a new one. I'm gonna order one tonight. There we go. I'm gonna leave it like this until I get a torque wrench and do it right. About doing it right, yeah, I do want to fix this last one. But I think I'm gonna rewatch some YouTube videos first about handling this particular case. We skipped ahead a few days. My friend Alexander is coming. You know Alexander from the Volvo videos where we replaced the particulate filter. So he's coming over with his welding equipment, and hopefully we can weld a nut on what's left of the glow plug and get it out like this, and otherwise we'll have to drill it out, I guess. So we'll see how this goes. So I disconnected the negative pole of the battery. I don't think I did that last time we welded on this thing, but I think it's better safe than sorry. My savior. So we put 2 nuts, because otherwise we aren't able to get a socket around. First attempt, we only pulled out a part of the electrode. Attempt number 6 or something.
een beetje neffen doen weer helaas hier. After only 20 attempts.
The question is what's moving, eh?
Yeah.
So after many attempts, we decided to call it quits and just live with 3 glow plugs instead of 4. There is no movement every time we get a good grip on the outside of the glow plug. A piece snaps off, and the other issue is that the electrode in the middle also keeps snapping off at the top instead of breaking down at the bottom or snapping off at the bottom. If that happened, we could actually drill through it, but with the tungsten part in the middle, this is not an option. I'm not calling it quits on this job. In the meantime, I've looked around a little bit on the interwebs and I found various kits that offer drill guides. So I can place a little guide around the electrode and then start drilling it down until I am deep enough to drill out the rest of the glow plug. But time is an issue now. I also need the van to get fresh wood to renovate the interior. So right now I'm still waiting for my new torque wrench. It's going to be delivered tomorrow, so we can torque the glow plugs, or the 3 new glow plugs, to spec. Especially with the NTCs, I think it's a good idea to do it right. Then we can fire up the engine. Hopefully everything still works. Now, I don't know why it shouldn't, but you never know. And then we're gonna prioritize some other jobs first, like fixing the blower resistor, which is failing sometimes, and I rather drive around with 1 broken glow plug than a broken passenger ventilation system. I also still need to do the AC belt. I'm gonna do that when it's a bit drier. Today it's raining. I don't feel like crawling under the van. I've done that before, so it shouldn't be too hard. I think that's it for the mechanical part. That's what it looks like right now. Well, we removed one of the cupboards and our shower, and we're also changing the upper cupboard and doing some work on the ceiling. So yeah, we know what to do. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope it was helpful. I actually regret that it didn't have a happy ending and we didn't get all 4 glow plugs on, but I will tackle the issue at a later point, but it could be some months before I attempt to remove it again. Anyway, see you next time. Keep following the channel. I have more content coming up, some electronics projects, some work on the Volvo as well. So I think everybody can enjoy that. Bye-bye. So probably in the meantime, I'm going to connect this wire to a 1 ohm power resistor. So the computer doesn't see any issue with this glow plug anymore. So the issue or the warning light goes away and I can actually monitor the 3 other glow plugs better.